Good morning, Central High School, and welcome to this April 1st edition of The Circuit. I'm Nicole Nielsen.
And I'm Holland Hardy. Nicole, you're looking different today.
Oh yeah, I went tanning.
Oh, anyways, today we will cover the color guard competition and also see what people are planning for prom tux rentals.
Keller Central Chargers.
Setting it on fire and we'll dance until we're dumb in the dark.
With spring's arrival, many are counting down the 43 days of school left.
But this also means prom is right around the corner.
Here is Liz with some more details on prom and getting the perfect tux.
With prom just around the corner, it's definitely time to get fitted for a tux. Men's Wearhouse and Alliance is perfect for the occasion and offers a great deal.
Look how long these are. Those are really long. There is a statewide contest. If you have the most guys in your prom group, you get $25,000.
25,000. So essentially this deal is only valid up until prom night, and this requires you to either buy or rent a tux from Men's Wearhouse. So essentially whenever you buy your tux or rent it, you're going to be given a coupon book, and in that coupon book is going to be individual coupons worth $40 off of any tux rental that you basically rent. You have to give those to friends or to any connections or contacts that you have, and when they rent their tux they can get $40 off. Once 5 people use your coupons, then you will be given a chance to basically rent your tux for free. And if 10 people use those coupons, then you get to keep your tux. And anything more than 10, you then get entered into a draw for $25,000. So it's a good incentive to go and one, rent your tux from Men's Wearhouse, and also to get other people to go rent from them as well.
Are you getting your tux?
Men's Wearhouse and Alliance, they did a good job for the fashion show, so I will continue my business with them.
Can you tell us about the fashion show and what was the point of it?
The point of it was to show off, to show that Men's Wearhouse and Alliance is doing great deals over there, and to show like what the guys can wear at prom and how what they can look like, and I look really good.
Maria Daniel is every lady's cup of strong English tea. Look how Reverend James Bond here with you. Logan plans on attending the University of Nebraska and joining their College of Music. Check out his traditional tuxedo with gold vest and bow tie to highlight his natural smile and dashing good looks. Again, ladies, sorry about it. Logan is amazing.
And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Liz, and we hope to see a lot of people at prom.
Our color guard team has had many competitions this year so far.
Yes, they have, Nicole. And thanks to Tyreek, we have the inside scoop on another color guard contest coming up next week.
Okay, so there are a couple of groups at Central that you probably haven't heard about. One group in particular, the Color Guard. I'll be going behind the scenes to ask the director and students exactly what the organization is about.
Color Guard is an activity that dance training is required. We also train students on spinning flags and rifles and sabers. And it's separate from the band because they don't actually play instruments. They're the visual aspect of what the band program is. The Color Guard has 2 separate seasons, one with the marching band and one with themselves. During the fall is with the marching band, and then during the spring semesters we do what's called Winter Guard. Winter Guard's done indoors, and it's strictly anywhere from 5 to 30 kids on the floor. And it's a choreographed show to music, anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes long.
To me, Color Guard is just a group that I feel comfortable doing fun things with.
Color Guard is the most stress reliever I've ever done. It's a lot of fun, but it's definitely a lot of hard work, and it can definitely like make you really tired and really stressed for school and stuff.
To me, color guard is kind of a way to, I guess, be myself. Some people like to listen to music, some people like to play sports, and I think that color guard is kind of a nice combination of the hard work of a sport and the grace of and like beauty of music or dance. I think it's a good combination.
Well, what makes us stand out is like, I mean, we're kind of known as like the world's like biggest secret because not a lot of people know about color guard, but the people who do take it really seriously. So I think that's one of the biggest difference between, because we don't get a lot of recognition, but within ourselves we feel really good about what we do. So I think that's one of the biggest differences.
This year's Winter Guard show is called Reflections, and it's to a piano piece. And the floor is has 17 different mirrors on them. The show isn't strictly about a mirror reflection, although it's more about the reflection of color. So there's a design on the floor that blends into their costumes that actually blends into the flags as well.
Color guard is competitive, and it's its own thing, and it's like the world's best kept secret. Yeah.
Thanks, Tyreek. Hopefully they can bring home a first place trophy from Ohio. If you want to see a free preview of their performance, go to Indian Springs Middle School at 8 p.m. Monday.
I know, I definitely will be there to cheer them on for sure, Nicole.
If you haven't heard, recently there was a terrorist attack in Belgium hitting a Starbucks and American Airlines airport ticket counter in Brussels.
Our hearts and our thoughts go out to all of the people who've lost a family member or were injured in the attacks.
Here is Walter and Seth with more information and some thoughts on these events from people here at Central.
Do you know what happened in Brussels?
Yes, I do.
Of course I did.
Yes, the terrorist attack in the airport.
I do know that there was a bombing and there was lots of unnecessary loss of human life.
On the morning of March 22nd, 2016, 3 coordinated nail bombings occurred in Belgium. In these attacks, 32 victims and 3 suicide bombers were killed, and over 300 people were injured. Another bomb was found during the search of the airport. The Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, claimed responsibility for the attacks. The bombings were the deadliest act of terrorism in Belgian history, and the Belgian government declared 3 days of national mourning. What was your initial reaction?
Sympathy and pity for those affected by it. However, I wasn't particularly surprised given the increasing aggressions of the Islamic State throughout Europe.
Initial reaction was shocked, disgusted, and emotional, and for the people the victims' families, and the people that lost their lives.
What do you think should be done on a global front against the Islamic State?
Well, we're definitely not doing enough right now. I think the biggest thing that we need to recognize is that not all Islam is evil. There's a group of radicals that seek to cause harm to the world, but I think the biggest thing that we in America and as students here have to understand is that it's not the entire religion that is out to get us.
Somehow these people that do this are those people that are disenfranchised and they don't feel love, and they have gotten caught up in whatever dogma or hate philosophy that has come out of that for them. It reminds me of Hitler and how he was able to convince people that he was right, that he needed to purify society, and it scares me, quite frankly.
Do you think that you should still feel safe in your neighborhoods in America? And do you think there should be more security in your neighborhoods, in your schools, in your office building and malls, just because there's a more clear and present danger of the Islamic State?
I don't feel protection and safeguarding on a local basis is what we need at the moment. More or less a better screening process for possible terrorists coming into this country.
Last thing, if you could say something to the families and the people who were affected by this attack in Brussels, what would you say to them?
I would say that the world is with you. We can't obviously understand exactly what you're going through right now, but you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we will be standing with you every step of the way.
My heart just goes out to you. I would say be prayerful, and whatever, pray to whoever you believe in, whether it be God or any other religious figure that you believe in, and you know, stay strong. One important thing to do is not live in fear, because if you live in fear, then you won't have much of a life, because you'll constantly be looking over your shoulder, and that's not the way to live life.
I feel their pain. I've lost family members recently, so I feel great empathy for them. I can't apologize on the behalf of these terrorists because I don't even understand their mentality, but I can apologize to them on a very human level that they've had to go through something like that, and somehow as an international environment we failed them. We failed to protect them.
All right, thank you, Jen.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Thanks to those who talked about this sad event.
One of Central's own is back on the BMX track after getting so sick he needed a liver transplant last fall. NBC5 recently aired an interview about this, and here's that piece.
A North Texas BMX biker is on the road to recovery and ready to get back on his bike. The teenager placed third in the state after moving to Fort Worth from Columbia.
At one point, his family wasn't even sure he'd ever race again or that he'd survive. NBC5's Jocelyn Lockwood has a major milestone in his road to recovery.
First time back on the track.
For Daniel Obregon, it's hard to hide the excitement.
A lot of feelings right now. Oof. I don't know, like excited, happy, blessed, very blessed.
He's slowly returning to the sport he loves.
The feeling of being in track is just like, you can just describe it.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
It's the 17-year-old's first time back on the track since
he was in excellent shape, and then one day he felt like he had the flu.
Days later,
in the morning, like all my body was shaking, I was sweating, my vision was blurry.
Rushed to the ER and transferred from hospital to hospital. He would eventually undergo a liver transplant at Children's Medical Center, Dallas.
It's the most horrifying thing that you can imagine. You know, you're never prepared to lose a child. They used every machine possible to keep him alive and try to clear his blood of the toxins that were building up.
I found out everything when I woke up. Like, I found out that I was at the hospital when I woke up.
Doctors don't know why his liver failed, but he received another, remarkably, in just 2 days.
I explain it as a second chance to live. This is a second chance to live, to do whatever I didn't before and live life 101%, like live to the top, and that's what I'm trying to do.
The road won't be easy.
This feels like it has been a while, so.
But he has big dreams.
The Olympics, that's the dream. It has been always a dream, and it has been always like my major goal. So I'm going for it more now that I have this other chance to do it.
And that was Jocelyn Lockwood reporting.
Definitely an inspiring story for us to see today involving our own.
It's great to see him back at the BMX track. Well, that's all we have for you today, Central. Thank you for joining us. For news and more, be sure to check it out at centralcircuit.com. And for news and entertainment, you can see it on the circuit.
Have a great Friday, Central.
For tonight.